it is, what it do, ZCCCrew, it's your boy Zeddy Chung Chung, and we are back again with another banger for you guys today. What kind of banger it is? It's a mukbang. On my left I have
Kristen,
and on my right I have
Jamil,
and today we're doing White Castle. Yes, ZCCFamily, we're doing White Castle today. I'm really happy because this is one of my favorite spots, and they have one here in Las Vegas, so that's very exciting. So last time I had a spot, well, Chicago. This is a Chicago spot. I don't know if it was made in Chicago. Well, we actually looked it up. It's Kansas.
We did, yep, Kansas.
But they have a lot of them in Chicago, like as much as McDonald's, and then Houston there was none. So I'm excited they're here in Las Vegas.
That's crazy. And for us, we don't even have this near us in California.
Yeah.
So we had to come to Vegas to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let's get a prayer and then let's eat right away.
Let's do it.
Father God, I want to thank you for this food that we're about to receive in our body, and I ask that you do please bless this food. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Let's eat.
Yay.
Let's move these out the way.
Cool.
So I can
We
do
ended up
that
just
again.
doing a family pack
Yep.
and cheese sliders.
I'm with it all.
Honestly, I think
day.
these are so... Look, what do you guys think of White Castle?
What do you think, Kristen?
I like it when it's fresh.
Yeah.
I guess it always is fresh. I've had some where we've had it where it didn't hit. I think you have to be really in the mood for it. But when you're in the mood for it, it totally hits. That's
You
how
do. Plus, you gotta, like you said, you gotta go to the right one. Like there's another one out here in Vegas. There's multiple of them. We went to one. The bread was stale.
Yeah.
The burger was like tough. It was weird, man. It was almost like it was like sitting out or something. So, but other than that, I love it, man. It's
Honestly,
really
I feel even the frozen ones are just as good, too.
They are.
Have you ever get the frozen ones?
that was the first time we ever had it. Well,
It was?
first time we had it in the
Yep.
video. Kristen's first time she had it.
Yep.
We steamed them, but at home the problem, I couldn't steam it properly, so it was all flat, dude. They were like this big.
So you never had it in Chicago?
No.
Wow.
No.
Let me get a honey. Oh, I got honey mustard.
Yeah, no, never had it in Chicago. My family, when they do fast food, they never did White Castle.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
we did a lot of White Castle growing up.
I think with White Castle, it's big on like in the Midwest, and I think it even have some like in the East Coast, maybe, but definitely the Midwest. But I don't know why they don't have it in California.
Well, there's none there in Wisconsin or Ohio.
Really? Oh, crazy.
Surprised.
Oh,
And if there's some in Ohio, it wasn't in Cincinnati because I didn't travel all over Ohio. But none in Cincinnati.
got you. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I guess, for White Castle being as big as it is, too, you would think it would be all across the United States, right? Isn't it like one of the first fast foods,
Yeah.
too?
We just learned today, fun fact, that this was the first fast food restaurant, which I never knew.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I always think like McDonald's is like the OG, but it's definitely not.
That's what I always think. I
Yeah.
think it's probably because they're the most successful.
Exactly.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know why, but for some reason, I thought In-N-Out was the first.
What?
I did. I thought it was the first because this is the best.
No, nonsense.
This is the best.
Whenever I see it in and out, I want to go in and out.
No, I feel it. I feel it. But it's crazy that it's one of the first ones, though.
Or I know
Yeah,
this
it
is probably a
is.
super unpopular opinion, but I'll choose White Castle over In and Out.
Well, that doesn't sound as bad.
Okay.
Because White Castle really does have quality burgers. Like, it's not like, don't get me wrong, McDonald's is great with flavor and stuff like that. But, the quality probably isn't as good as like White Castle or In-N-Out. You know what I mean?
I don't know what it is about this. Is it the onions, the caramelized onions, or what?
I think so.
I think so.
This actually really hits right now. And we have pickles on our burgers. Heck yeah.
Oh.
These are delicious.
Exactly. By the way, I got ketchup there if you want it.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So, I'm loving it. And what's nice, too, is they steam their burgers. They steam them, which is a lot different than I think all the other fast food restaurants. Because all the other ones, they grill them or, whatever.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was going to say, when you first made them at the house, when you steamed them, the bread was super mushy. It
was.
So it really was, as Delvin would say, it was hectic. But when we came out to Vegas and we visited before we had moved out here, we did a White Castle mukbang. And I just remember it hit. We were in the hotel room. And I was just loving life. So that's when I became a true fan.
I know. It's really good.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are big sandwich fans.
Huge.
You guys do a lot of sandwiches. What do you guys mostly do on your channel? Mostly sandwiches and
Yeah.
what is it?
Burgers. We do burgers, pizza, and a lot of fast food.
Like on mine, I feel like I do a lot of just chicken,
Yeah.
I feel like I do chicken and tacos.
And seafood.
And seafood, yeah, I don't do it as much now in Vegas, I feel, but
that's true.
Chicken and tacos, and I mostly do.
That's the one. I think that's the way to go. Anyways, like I feel like with fast food, like we do a lot of fast food, but eating that too much is just not good.
Honestly, I feel like you guys are kind of like me though. You guys really don't open up the palate that much. I mean, you'll try a new spot here and there.
True that.
But you guys stick to what's tried and true for you.
True that.
Yeah. Especially on our channel, for sure.
Yeah, the worst thing is to like spend some money on something you're trying to experiment on, and then it's bad.
So when you guys were creating your mukbang channel, were you guys like, oh, we want to try different foods, or you just was like, oh, we eat dinner, why not put it on video?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think when we started, the idea was just to, you know what it was? When we first started, for some reason we thought that you needed to eat fast food.
Oh, okay.
and what's funny is we barely even ate fast food prior to mukbangs.
Yeah.
We barely ever. I hadn't been to McDonald's in like years.
Right.
Yeah. Which is
we only
crazy.
ate like In-N-Out and then Taco Bell.
Sorry, In-N-Out. And those
So I
were
guess
the
we
only
did
two.
eat fast food. It was selective.
It was selective, and we didn't eat it nearly as much. So we thought that was how you had to start. How you had to do it. So we got caught up on that. But as far as trying new stuff, no.
Let me ask you this now, because you're talking about that's what you thought you had to do. Knowing what you know now, what was one thing you'll tell yourself from back then, like, oh, do this?
Do this?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Knowing what you know now.
I know a lot of people
just content creations.
probably stop talking.
Stop talking.
If I go back in time, start doing the channel. You know, I mean, Chris and I are talking like, we could do this. Let's do this channel. And I show up in the future from the past, or go up in the past from the future. I be like, don't talk though. Just shut your mouth. Just eat the food.
So you just ASMR.
ASMR. Yeah, more than likely, because I feel like with talking, we run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know what I've told my whole life story.
Oh, yeah.
So you think you would have switched up your whole you would have done ASMR channel instead?
I think so. I think so. Which is funny because in the beginning we thought about doing an ASMR, but I was like, but we got so much to say. That's what we said.
Yeah,
we got so much to talk about.
And we told our whole life. I feel like if you guys watch our first year of videos, we have all the stories, and I appreciate all of our followers because they've listened to multiple stories of the same, like over the years.
Yeah.
So I feel bad, but I'm just like, man, like what can we say that happened in our lives, you know?
I mean,
how many times you told the was it the Usher story? Oh no, was it the story where she met the Chris Brown or Neo?
No, it was Omarion.
At least 4 times. At least 4 times.
No joke. At least 4 times. I told in the beginning I stopped talking about it, but I failed French class, and that's actually how I met Kristen. Was going into another class. I told that story so many times. I had to stop talking about it.
It's at least like 15 to 20 if we include lives.
Yeah.
At least like 15 to 20.
Exactly. No, it is.
You know, and then of course,
and
this is fine because people want to know how we met, so we always have to kind of tell our high school story and how Jamil was smitten with me.
How all I did was just call you every day.
You did.
To be honest though,
Yeah.
especially doing this for so many years, is like it is hard to think of a topic every single time. You know what I mean?
It really
especially
is.
if you're doing like because I know you guys are doing it every day for a while.
Yeah.
And doing it every day, it's like what happened in 24 hours that we can talk about, you know. But also you gotta sometimes remind because you get a lot more followers, you know. So it's good to reminisce back on so let's tell you guys how we met because some people may just who just joined a year ago or whatever, a couple months.
Exactly, and that's what I noticed. Like I don't know if you've noticed this. So let me ask you this: every like maybe 4 months, 5 months, I noticed we get like a whole new group of people.
Yeah, it's a wave, a different wave.
Yeah, it's a different wave of people watching our videos. So when we do tell the stories, it does seem new. You've noticed that too? Yeah.
I felt like I really noticed that in the beginning. It was like there's like waves of groups that will come in, you know?
Yep.
Because people, I'll be shocked, to be honest, if someone's watching you.
Yeah.
who used to watch me in 2018 till now,
Yeah.
like on a consistent basis, you know, you just they get a different. There's a new group of people who like to watch mukbangs. The old people phase out; they're watching something different now.
True,
and that's just how it goes.
it's true. No, it definitely is a different system.
Because that's even for me though, like. There's some content I'll watch heavy for a few months, then I'm phasing out of that, and I'll start watching different content heavy for a few months.
Exactly, and then you might come back to the content maybe for a little bit, and then go off again. It's the YouTube system essentially. You know,
Yeah, so to have like lifetime OGs is super special.
Yeah.
You know, those are like, dedicated, which I appreciate.
It's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
And I just remember like telling like, because we talked about like our jobs and stuff like that too, you know, and I used to talk about the jobs that I worked all the time and stuff like that. So we had gone into like stories multiple times.
Let me ask you this though too.
Yeah.
What do you think has changed from YouTube then versus now?
Oh, YouTube itself?
Yeah. Do you think it changed for the better, for the worse? Like, what do you think? Like, are you happy the directions how everything's going now, or do you miss back then the olden days?
I got a lot to say, but maybe I'll let Kristen go first. You ain't got nothing to say?
No, I don't really. Yeah, that's a hard question.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got a lot to say.
Okay.
But I'll keep it quick though. It's changed for the worse.
You think so?
In my opinion, it's for creators. It's changed for the worse. Actually, I take it back. Even for viewers, it's changed for the worse. And the reason is because you're not, you know, like I feel like YouTube, and I could be wrong about this, but I feel like it used to be a little more community driven as far as like if you had an audience of people, they would see your videos every single day.
Yeah.
But YouTube will suppress your content at some point. Especially sometimes, I don't know if you notice, but sometimes when people subscribe, they'll stop seeing your stuff.
Yeah.
YouTube will stop like showing
I get
your
some
stuff.
people say, "Hey, I don't get recommendations no more."
Yeah. We get that all the time too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
So
I even see like big YouTubers say like people are not getting my notifications, so you have to like unsubscribe and resubscribe again.
yes, it's weird.
It is.
So I feel like that's a big part of it, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and I think it's been harder for content creators, especially if you have an overly saturated genre.
Yeah.
It's really hard for creators now to make a decent living. Not saying people don't, they do, but it's more difficult now to kind of get going and do this full time. Depending on what you do, I guess.
What about you? What do you think?
Oh yeah, things have definitely changed a lot. So,
Yeah.
I think what it is though is YouTube is making it harder because of the fact that everybody's doing it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That's a good point.
I think earlier on it was more of a we need creators on our platform.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like for example, I was saying earlier, my mom when she started, you're monetized already. Like that's when she started in 2017. So who knows about 2016, 15, 14, but 17, you'll automatically monetize her first
She
video.
didn't have to fight to get monetized.
No, monetized
Oh
first
my
video.
gosh! Wow.
And when she was doing the cooking stuff, before she took off, she was getting paid.
Wow.
And then 2018, when I started, which is 1 year later, that's when they first switched the rules of monetizations, and I had to get only 10,000 views. Which is, I'm not saying that's easy, but it's way easier than what people got to go through now.
Yeah.
And 10,000, it wasn't 10,000 views on one video. It was 10,000 views of 100
Overall.
videos, however many videos you have, 10,000 views only.
Wow.
Now they got it to 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 followers.
Yeah. That's what we had to deal with. We had to deal with the channel. We started, I
And
think,
when did you guys start? 19?
2019, towards the end of the
So
year.
it's crazy from 17, no nothing required, 18, 10,000, and 19. So they're making it harder and harder.
They are
So they
making it
posted a little bit. They stopped changing it.
Exactly.
But who knows what's next to come?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Because you're right. They're gonna keep coming with new creators. So it's only, YouTube's gonna be like, we got so many people, we'll just make it more difficult as time goes on. I bet they will keep doing that.
And I remember when we put out our first video, I was like, oh, we're going to get 1,000 subs so fast. Like, this is especially the mukbang market. Like, I was like, oh, people totally, it's really popular, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And your mom was so motivating, too. And she still is,
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, yeah, like, we got this,
Yep.
And then it's just been, like, a slow crawl. But but that's okay as well. Like, I feel really fortunate that with, I think as long as you have a good community,
Yeah.
which I think you have a good community. I think we have a good community. You can actually, make a living, I think, quicker. You don't need hella subs.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a lot, but
True.
we're able to do it full time, which is awesome.
Exactly.
So I feel grateful for that.
And it's nice because it's the same people that come all the time.
Yeah.
So we're able to see their comments and kind of interact with them and stuff like that.
So you guys been doing this full time? What? 4 years now?
40.
Well,
full time about.
We've been doing it
Yeah.
full time. Well, it depends what you want to call full time. Do you mean like not having other?
Not doing the 9 to 5. This is your job.
I think we started that in the beginning of 22.
January
22, 2022.
Okay.
So it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years.
Exactly. And I think we could have done it a little earlier, but we waited a little bit before we actually could do it full
Yeah,
time.
we did wait.
So let me ask you, and I know I keep asking, but I keep saying, let me ask you, do you guys miss the 9 to 5 workplaces? Like, would you want to go back to, or do you like, I like doing this only?
That's a good.
Do you miss the 9 to 5 lifestyle, the guarantee of it,
Yeah.
the security of it?
Yeah.
I've thought about this a lot. There's a lot. There's pros and cons to both, and I think you probably agree too, right? Like when it comes to this business, right? It's so up and down. The money's not predictable month to month, and that is very difficult.
Yeah.
I do like predictability. I like to schedule things, so I miss knowing what I'm going to have. In terms of being able to do finances and stuff. But I'm not a morning person. I do not miss waking up early.
Yeah.
I do not miss commuting.
Yeah.
And then honestly, the bureaucracy of a lot of jobs these days is so hard. It's almost like the more you do, the better you are, the more work they give you.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're not a good worker, they don't put as much work on you. And so
True.
I noticed that, and I have a lot of high expectations for myself.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I was loaded, I was stressed, it was really hard. So
That's true.
It depends what you do, I guess.
It does depend on what you do, and that's kind of my thought. Is like, I miss the structure of the 9 to 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like what is nice is like when you do the 9 to 5, like you're in this mode of like getting things done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some days I'll wake up, eat some food, do the video, and go back to sleep. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, man, that was a whole day wasted. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But ultimately, it does depend on the job.
Yeah.
Because I've had some 9 to 5s, you guys, where I'm like,
That's
don't
hard.
ever call me back. Oh man.
I don't think I told you. One of my jobs, I worked in a group home for teenage boys. I had a boy threw a boulder through my windshield.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And they only
violent.
paid for like a little bit of it. Like I had to pay for like the majority. So it's just, but that was obviously a different job.
I
But
said my shoulder.
Exactly.
God,
I remember asking you about that. I was like, why did he do it? Like, what reason? You're like, there was no reason.
There was no reason. He didn't know it was my car. I promise you. No.
It's like, what'd you do?
I did not work with this kid.
Nobody just outrageous rage.
He did. I was like one of the only. By the way, it was a brand new. I had just bought it. I cried.
Yeah.
I was so I just feel like normally I'm really professional, but I'm like crying and like all the superiors are with me.
How old
but
was the kid?
I was upset. I think he was like 17.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think he was.
That's
18.
a grown man.
Yeah, I think he had just turned 18. Actually, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I think they were trying to make him pay for it, but he never did. Anyways, I was just like, man, that's
Yeah.
it.
What about you?
To be honest though, when it comes to this, 9 to 5s. Well, because I know you're saying the structure and the guarantee.
Yep.
But also, I always work jobs where it's more commission based. Well, I have there's a base pay and then you get commission because I like the fact that I can make more money if I need to. You know what I mean? Instead of putting in more hours, because it's all about my mouthpiece. So I guess that's what I love about content creating though, is because if you want to make more money, just come up with better ideas, get more creative, just put more craft into your work, or just post more videos. Quantity too, or just more quality.
True that.
I like that. Yeah. So you're kind of used to the hustle to make more money.
Yeah.
My job, I never got bonuses.
Yeah.
I never got commission.
Yeah.
So I was used to just always the same.
Yeah.
I got a 13-cent raise. My first raise, I promise you, was 13 cents. I went to $13.03 to $13.16. That was my first raise.
Let me say something about that right quick. I got a 10-cent raise. That was my first raise, 10 cents. Not only that, I worked so hard. This was at Linens and Things. I'm telling, because I hated Linens and Things. I worked really hard, right? I go in, they were like, oh, you got a review so you can get a raise and stuff like that. By the way, they loved me there. I go in there, they had nothing good to say about me.
Wow.
What?
Yes, they had all this bad stuff.
Oh.
I was like, are you kidding me? They're like, so because of that, we got to give you a 10-cent raise.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, what? Y'all didn't tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? They lied though. Because,
that was just an excuse.
Yeah, because they had no, like, after it, they didn't tell me I was going to do anything wrong.
See, that's why I don't miss working for the man. And once again, I want to make it clear though too. Nothing wrong with 9 to 5 because there's so many benefits with it. You know?
And benefits. Let's talk about benefits.
Yeah. That's actually really
medical,
good point.
dental, all that stuff. Yeah.
All right. Last question.
Okay. Yeah.
If you were to go back to a 9 to 5, what do you think you would do now? Because and the reason why I think this is a harder question for me is because I've been off for how many years? 5 years.
5 years.
I'm like, what can I get myself used to being back on a schedule and be okay with it? And honestly, I feel like, let's say if I did get one, I'm gonna do like 2 weeks and like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna have to kick the YouTube channel into gear. We're gonna have to do something.
You said you're gonna give you 2 week notice day one.
I don't know if I can do it. Like, I just don't know unless if I find like I have to do something that I absolutely love.
You do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is a good point. I mean, you're right. I mean, I gotta think of something, but it does have to be something that you would love, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have anything in mind?
Well, luckily I have prior to this I was a therapist, so I would definitely go back. I do love therapy. Luckily I love that, and it is great in many ways. I wanted to work with my husband, with Jamil, and like kind of do our business together. But if it didn't work out, I would for sure go back to therapy.
You go back to that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, got you. But you would work now you say 9 to 5,
for
right?
myself. Sorry, private practice.
So that's hold
up.
up.
I wouldn't work for an agency.
Oh, okay.
I would do it on my own.
But that's not 9 to 5. That's
You're setting your own sketch. I guess you're right. So it would be rough
That's
to
still
work.
entrepreneur.
You know it is.
Style,
Yeah. Okay,
That's
you're
true.
right. Yeah. Then so let's say it's a 9 to 5.
What Jamel gonna do? Check people in? Welcome to Chris's therapy.
exactly. I would
What's your
work
name
for
and
you.
number?
That's true.
Imagine Jamil just sitting there with his glasses on. Tell me what's going on.
I think you did good, even though
I would do it.
I think
Yeah.
you did.
Oh yeah.
You think you're good at hearing people out?
Oh, for sure. 100%.
No, Jamil's gonna say right on. Right
I'm the
on.
best.
He did conflict resolution in high school,
did.
and he hangs his hat on
Conflict
that.
resolution.
Check this out.
So it sounds like you could be like, what is a negotiator for the police?
Yeah, I
it's a
could.
hostage situation.
I honestly could do that. And trust me, I would do that as 9 to 5. I would. If someone called me, they got a bomb threat, I'd be like, I got this.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a problem.
All right, so I'm in the bank. I'm about to blow everyone up. Send me the helicopter. Give me the money. I need it now.
I'd be like, let's see you do it. I'm joking. I'd be like, you know what I would say? I'd be like, why? What's?
I'm broke. What else would I be robbing the bank for, buddy?
I'm broke.
What else am I robbing the bank for?
I'm like, I'm broke too. But listen, I'm not out there doing that type of stuff. And so is millions of people. Have you been looking at the news lately?
People
this ain't
Yeah, everybody's struggling. I have been looking at the news.
It would be a disaster, babe. No, you're not a practice.
Well, I'd have to practice a little bit first. Yeah. That's for sure, because I couldn't come in there asking why.
Yeah,
be like, why? Make someone more mad.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But I would do something. I think if I was going to do a job, it'd be something over the phone, like customer service, because that's what I did before, and that's cool. I don't mind doing customer service. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Well, I just want to say I do love what I do. This is one of the most rewarding jobs that I ever had. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
And then plus, just getting to meet so many new people. That's how we all met.
Exactly.
And the community. I love the community. So I'll say YouTube definitely is one of the best things that ever happened to me. So I love this job.
100%. Yeah. And we feel the same way. I mean, that's one of the things that I think if we can convey the message to you guys, it would be the community aspect, how amazing it is, how amazing you guys are and stuff like that. Like, you don't get that with the regular job, right? If you're working, I'm sorry, depending on what you're doing, of course. At least in my past jobs, right?
Yeah.
You work, some of the jobs I work, like, I could do it. I could kill it, do the job, and nobody's saying thank you. Nobody's doing that type of stuff,
Yeah.
So it's nice, and creating your own schedule is nice too. Being able to do that.
I think there's pros and cons to both. It really just is, what do you enjoy? What's your passion? And figuring that out. Some people are entrepreneurs. Some people like to work for others and, get that regular 9 to 5 and get the benefits. So it's really just whatever works for you.
It's a very comfortable lifestyle knowing everything.
That's true.
There's definitely benefits in that, for sure.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now, would you, if you did do a 9 to 5 and stuff like that, or if you had the option to do like not YouTube, let's say you weren't doing YouTube, would you go back to 9 to 5, or would you do something entrepreneur like?
I would probably be more of like I'm selling, so like real estate. I think I'll have fun, a lot of fun doing it. It couldn't be a typical like I'm going to clock in. Definitely wouldn't be a clock in job.
Gotcha.
It will be working like for the man, but not a clock in job. Once again, nothing wrong with that. I just like the freedom of like for real estate, I can sell a house and make more money. You know what I mean? I like commission. I know a lot of people tend to shy away from commission. I like it because I know I'm good at sales.
Yeah, exactly. I've told you this before, man, but I think you would really kill it at doing sales, man. I really could see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I haven't done sales, but I've done like customer service stuff, and you do got to know how to talk to people. And sales is even more intense. You know what I mean? So I can tell that you would kill that, man. You know what I mean?
Or even car sales. I feel like I'll have a lot of fun working at a car dealership.
Oh, really?
I think
I love cars.
You'd be like, you look great in this car. This is for you. You're totally in sweet talk for sure. This is just you fit so well.
I don't know. I got a friend that worked at a dealership, and he was like, I can't wait to do it. He hated it. And the reason why he hated it is because there were so many issues that he had to deal with. Like, this is the funny thing about it, is what he said. He was like, I always went in there thinking that like, when they buy a car and stuff like that, you got to worry about the dealer lying to you and stuff like that. He's like, no, when you work there, you got to worry about the people lying to you. So he was like, people would just lie all day long, like all these things. So you never knew what the sale was. And like, management would come out and take money out your pocket and stuff like that for things. So
yeah, sounds hectic.
It is.
But ZCC family, we're going to end this off. Let us know in the comment section, if you guys are working a 9 to 5, what would you do on YouTube? And if you are an entrepreneur, what would you do as a 9 to 5? But Kristen, where can they, or Kristen and Jamil, I'm going to say you guys on her separate website, whatever, social media. So where can they find you guys at?
Yep, I'll let Kristen do it. She's better.
They can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All at Kristen and Jamil, KristiNandJamil.
I got to change that.
And make sure you follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. All is Eddie Chunk Chunk. That is ZADDY, But ZCC family, as we all know, the grind never stops. And so the ZCC gang is on top. Let's get it!